So a lot of libertarians are talking about why is it that a lot of libertarians are moving to the alt-right. And I don't really think it's that difficult of a question to answer, but I found the perfect example of why this is happening. And I think this will, like, if you didn't understand before, here you go. And the thing is, I'm part of an ANCAP page on Facebook. I think it's just called Anarcho-Capitalist Community, or like a group, not just a page. And someone posted this: interracial breeding, good or bad from a health point of view. And, I mean, it might have been a troll. I have no idea. But it's somewhat of a harmless question. It's a bit of a charged question. Like, a lot of people made assumptions about the person. And he could have worded it a bit better, maybe relationships or reproduction. Other than breeding kind of takes the human element out of it. But it's a perfectly genuine question. That's the thing. Interracial breeding, good or bad from a health point of view. The guy might have been a libertarian. Like, he seems to be a libertarian. He's got the voluntarist logo as his profile picture. But think about, just before you go any further, think about how you would answer this question. If you would answer it at all, if you're going to post a comment. Because what I would do, well, I mean, I didn't post anything because I don't know the answer to that, honestly. But if I knew the answer, I would post a comment saying, well, these are the benefits, these are the risks, like, it's actually good or it's bad. I have no idea. From what I can tell, it's actually good, just because it produces diversity in the genes, that just at how, an incestuous relationship would be very harmful for a child because the genes are far too similar. I believe it's because of you're more likely to get recessive disorders. But anyway, it's a perfectly genuine question. Like, regardless of what the guy... I mean, it's an anonymous guy on Facebook. I have no idea what this guy thinks. Other than that, he's probably a voluntarist. But he posted this, and people were attacking him. Like, people were calling him a Nazi. They were calling him a bigot. They were calling him hateful. And there's nothing hateful about this post. Nothing. Like, you might say, oh, he's judging people based on their race. Well, so do a lot of people when it comes to, like, relationships. And, like, there are a lot of people where they're attracted to, say, people of their own race, people of different races. I mean, that's all, like, it's all something you can't really control. So it's not really racist, or it's not really a negative thing, I should say, regardless of what you want to call it. But this guy, like, I want to bring up the comments, but just to give you an idea of how bad this was, that I went back and tried to find some comments, but the admins took down the post because it was just total cancer. That it just went so badly that they had to take it down. And this is exactly it right here. Guy posted a perfectly innocent question. The guy wasn't saying, like, hey, this race is inferior, or hey, genocide seems like a good idea. No, he was just saying interracial breeding, good or bad, from a health point of view. He wasn't talking about morality. He was talking about health. And anyone in the healthcare community, I mean, I work in healthcare. It's like people of different races have different certain biological qualities. Like, some races are more likely to get certain diseases. They're predisposed to this or that. Some have benefits here and there. Overall, it's like this. We're talking about medicine. We're talking about healthcare. This is a perfectly innocent question. And the funny thing was, I could tell, according to the guy responding in the comments, the guy that posted this isn't white. So people were accusing him of being like a white nationalist. It's like, he's not even white. But there you go. This is exactly it. This is why libertarians are moving to the alt-right. This is why everyone is moving to the alt-right. But the neat thing about this is it's specifically in an ANCAP group, so it applies directly to libertarianism. But the nice thing is, like, libertarians talk about being very logical, about being very reasoned. It's all about, like, and libertarians love to be like, yeah, I think taxation is theft, or hey, here's a position that I don't think we should have a government. I think we should I think we shouldn't have welfare. They take all these radical positions, and I'm not saying radical is a bad thing. I'm just saying they take very controversial opinions, and they're proud of that. They're proud to be able to say this opinion and say it's based in truth. Come at me, because if you come at me with feelings, it's not going to work. But this is exactly what is happening here. They're doing the exact same thing, but on the opposite side. They were attacking this guy for a perfectly innocent question. Now again, like, if the guy talks about, like, if the guy brought up, hey, is an ethno-state a good idea? That's a bit of a moral question, but from a purely economical standpoint, that's how I'd approach it. I'd treat it genuinely. I mean, unless the guy starts calling for genocide, I mean, I'm going to treat this guy nicely. I'm going to treat this guy as, well, here's how you're wrong and why. But you know what? This guy posted a thing. It was like, hey, well, these people are attacking me for a genuine question, which means that I'm probably onto something here. Which means that if they're attacking me and they're attacking the alt-right for the same thing, well, now this guy sympathizes with the alt-right. Again, like, not saying that's good or bad, but I'm saying from a libertarian perspective, that's not what libertarians want. But that's the point of this. Like, I guess there's not much more to say. It's just that this is why, right here. Like, if you want people to join your movement, you have to answer their questions legitimately. This is why the alt-right exists. And again, I'm not saying like the alt-right is good or bad. I'm not making a comment on that because that's going to drive, if I do, it's going to drive away half the people listening to me and they're going to say, well, screw you. The point of this is that the alt-right provides a valuable niche of people that want answers to these questions. Like the reason they call themselves race realists is because they're the only group where you can legitimately ask a question about race and they will answer it. And they will say, okay, well, here's the merits, here's the downsides. Like they'll be honest about it. And if libertarians really want, like, if libertarians don't want to lose that group, they need to be rational. And libertarians are supposed to be all about rationality, but here it is all just feels, attacking this guy. And you might say, well, this is an opinion we shouldn't even allow. We need to ostracize this person. Well, you know what's going to happen is you're going to ostracize these people with genuine questions. They're all going to form a group, and then they're going to have a point. And again, it's not, if you're a group, like if you're a group of libertarians, you don't want them to leave your group. You want them to side with you. And the nice thing about libertarianism, it is for the most part pretty rational. Like, ignoring the people and just talking about the ideology, it's very principled, it's very rational. And that's why it appeals to people that are more focused on facts rather than feelings. And so long as these people act just like, and so long as libertarians act just like every other group and that they condemn someone that brings up a genuine question like this, they're going to lose. They're going to keep losing people. And they deserve to lose people if they continue doing this. It's not going to work. So step up. Like, stop. Look, if someone asks you a question, you got to analyze it. Is it a moral question? This isn't a moral question. So answer it. Like, it's that simple. Answer it instead of attacking this guy. Let me know what you think in the comments. There's not much more to say this. If you're a libertarian watching this, hopefully I got through to you. This is why you're losing people. But let me know what you think, and thanks for watching.